Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online.
Hello boys and girls, welcome to My Zone Online School. I am Teacher Hartung and our theme this week is heating and cooling and the effects of seasons. Now everyone, before we start our lesson, we need to sanitize. Now let's make sure we sanitize, rub it in our hands, and we make sure that we get rid of all the germs. Now let's see what we're going to learn about today. We'll do vocabulary, sight words, and fractions. Let's start this part of the lesson on page 6. Now here we are doing some vocabulary and we have to find the words in the crossword. Now just below the crossword you will see in that little table we have all the words that we have to find in the crossword. Now let's quickly have a look at all the words. The words are wet, soft, hard, liquid, solid, float, sink, energy, cool, heat, change, expand, melt, and freeze. Now, on the board, I draw a part of the crossword so that we can find some of the words together for you to also get an idea how you need to find all the vocabulary words. Now the two words that we want to find in the crossword is the word hard and wet. Now let's quickly go on to a crossword and see. Let's first try and find the first word, hard. Do we have an H anywhere here in the crossword? Yes, we do. It's all the way up there. Now the second letter is the letter A. Now let's see. Do we have an A next to the letter H? Yes. But we don't have an R next to the A. Let's look more or for some more A's. The next one you see right below the H, we have another A. And over there we have an R and the D. So now you see over here we have the word hard. Now let's remember, before we move on to the next word, you have to cross out the word that you have found already. Now let's try and find the second word, which is wet. Now the word wet starts with a W. So let's look for W in our crossword. And over there we have a W. Now the next letter is the letter E. Do we have a letter E next to it? No. Do we have the letter E below? No, we don't. But we have an E across the W. And we have the T across from the E. So over here we have the word wet all the way across our crossword. So now we have found both words, so we need to go ahead and also cross out the word wet. Why? Because we found it in the crossword. Now everyone, before you move on to finding all the other words, let's turn our booklets to page 7. Now here we are doing sight words. Now on the page you will see there are 2 tables. In the one you have some reading words, because there on top it says read it. And there you have a list of words. Now let's go ahead and read all the words. Round, around, would, could, and should. Now we have read all the words. Right next to it, it says that you have to go ahead and write the words. So you need to write the word round, then write the word around, the word would, the word could, and the word should, right there in the spaces provided. Now before you continue to write your words, let's quickly have a look at the next part of the activity. Now there it says that you have to use it in a sentence. Now here you will see you have another list of words, and these words you have to now use in a sentence. The word round, around, would, could, and should. Now on the board, I chose the first word, round, and I made a sentence with this word, because remember everyone, you need to go ahead and make sentences with all the other words given to you there in the list. So my sentence is, the circle is round. And there I have a little picture of the circle, and you can clearly see that it is round. Now remember everyone, when you make your sentences, you must always remember to start your sentence with a capital letter and end your sentence with a full stop. Now boys and girls, I want you to go ahead and complete all your activities. Now I want you to try and do it on your own first, but if you have a problem, you can always ask a grown-up for help. Now enjoy everyone. I will see you after this break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Let's start this part of the lesson on page 8. Now here we are going to do number concept development in fractions. Now it says there, look at the shaded part of each shape. Circle the letter that describes the shaded portion. Remember, we have to circle the letter that describes the shaded portion. Now let's quickly have a look at number 1. Now there you will see the circle, and then you will see that the circle is divided into 4 parts. Can you see the 4 parts? Excellent. And then just below the shape, there are 3 options of what could be the right answer. Now you have to look at the circle and then see which part of the circle is shaded, and then also look at how many parts there are to get to the right answer. Now I put number 1 on the board, so let's quickly see if we can find the right answer. Remember we said everyone that this circle is divided into 4 parts. Can you have a look? 1, 2, 3, 4. And only 1 of the 4 parts are shaded. Now let's quickly see. The possible answers here, the one says 1/3. Do we have 3 parts in the circle? No, we don't. Let's try number B, 1/4. Do we have 4 parts in the circle? Yes, we do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then C, 2/4. Right, now a quarter is also a fourth. So let's see, do we have 1/4 or do we have 2/4? Now we have to have a look, is one part colored or shaded or 2? How many parts are shaded? Only 1. And that means, everyone, that the right answer here will be 1/4, because only one of the 1, 2, 3, 4 parts of the circle is shaded. Now, everyone, you need to have a look at all the other circles. You need to go ahead and count how many parts there are. And then you also have to look at how many parts are shaded so that you can get to the right answer. Now, before you go ahead to finish all the other shapes or parts, let's quickly have a look at the second part of the activity. Now, in the second part, it says, here you have to shade each shape according to the description. Now, there at the bottom, you will see 4 circles, all with different parts. Now, you have to look at the description at the bottom, and then you have to shade each shape according to that description. Now, the descriptions are 3/5, 1/2, 3/4, and 2/3. Now, for number 1, remember 3/5. For number 2, 1/2, 3, 3/4, and 4, 2/3. Remember, you have to shade each shape according to that description. Now, I'm going to do one with you. So here, I actually have the number 3 that I am going to do with you. So number 3 says you have to shade 3/4. Remember, 3/4. And we said earlier that when we talk about quarters, we talk about 4. So how many shapes do we have? How many parts of the circle do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many parts do we have to shade? We have to shade 3. And here you will see I went ahead and I shaded 1, 2, 3/4. There we have it, everyone. I need you to go ahead now and try and finish all the shading for all these shapes. I will see you shortly after this ad break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn, and more. We distribute countrywide in over 10 different languages.
We came to the end of today's lesson, everyone. But before we go, we need to sanitize. So we are done with all the work. Let's sanitize. Remember, everyone, make sure you put enough sanitizer on your hands so that you can get rid of all the nasty germs. Now, before we go home, my friend Zoshi promised me that we could go to the park. So, will you help me find Zoshi? Zoshi! Oh, there you are. Welcome, Zoshi. Will you help me say goodbye to our friends today? Right. Now, everyone, from Zoshi and I, it's goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.